Yo guys, what is good and what's going on, everybody? Your boy BLSG back at it again, but this time not for your occasional Philadelphia 76ers live play-by-plays. This time around, as you guys can basically tell by the scoreboard right here and the banner below that, we are kind of going ahead and scouting out this game in terms of what we are going to go ahead and expect from our second round opponent coming up. Since we did end up sweeping the Brooklyn Nets, we're looking to do like a little bit of scouting to see what these two teams have to offer. Now, it's more than likely that the Sixers are going to go ahead and face the Boston Celtics in the second round, since the Celtics are up 3-1 on the Atlanta Hawks. And it's pretty much looking like the Celtics are going to win this game tonight. So I'm mainly going to be paying attention to Boston, see what they have to bring to the table for us in the second round. So we're going to see what happens in this one. But appreciate everybody that's already coming through and tuning in. Shout out to the 3 people who are already up in here. If you guys have not done so, hit the like button on the stream. Hit that subscribe button if you guys are new. Never share out the stream so we can bring more viewers up in the chat. You guys know how we rock and roll as always. So let's get down to business. Music producer! That music's great! Let's go ahead and cut the beat! Thank you. Alright. Let's go through the chat here before we get started. We got one comment here to make my life easy to start. But what's going on, Sergeant? Appreciate you for coming through. So what up, my guy, BLSG? What's going on, Sergeant? Appreciate you for coming through, my guy, being the first one up in here. The like button if you have not done so, my guy. Appreciate you for coming through to the stream, as you have done in the past. Appreciate you for coming through, Sergeant. But yeah, guys, you know, like I've done the last few years, I have went ahead and streamed other NBA games outside of the Sixers games. So I figured, why not do it again? Go into like the scouting, figure out on like what it will take for the Sixers to get by the Boston Celtics, more than likely, assuming they do win this game, going into the second round, and where Boston is going to have home court advantage basically throughout this second round series, and also in the first round too, against Atlanta, obviously. So obviously we're going to see what happens here, but I'm fully expecting the Boston Celtics to come out here and literally play like the most unstoppable basketball they have ever played in this game. Not to mention, ladies and gents, they're 32-9 at home, so this should be an A-whooping on the Hawks today. This should be an A-whooping on the Hawks. Yeah, guys, appreciate everybody for already being up in here. We're just doing a little scouting type of game, looking to see what we can mainly get out of the Celtics, because Sixers are more than likely going to go ahead and play the Celtics in the second round, like I said before. So mainly looking to see what the Celtics have to bring to the table and seeing how the Sixers can match up with this team. So we're going to see what happens in this one. And honestly, this should be just absolute dominance from the Boston Celtics in this game. Not to mention that DeJounte Murray, with his suspension, he is out for this game. Yes, he did end up getting suspended for what he did before. So he is out for this game. So it's going to have to be Trae Young leading the charge for the Hawks in this one. Maybe you have players step up. Maybe you have John Collins step up. Maybe you have Bogdanović stepping up for the team. But overall, I just do not see this Atlanta Hawks team tonight beating this Celtics team. And it's not even going to be close. It's not even going to be close. It won't even be close. Bleacher, what's going on, my guy? Appreciate you for coming through, sir. MVP is out right now for the first game. Can we win without him? I mean, if we want to go ahead and witness a James Harden masterclass, then hopefully we will find a way. If it is true that Embiid is officially out for If Embiid is truly out for game 1, which we could get extended time if Atlanta wins tonight. But again, I doubt that's going to happen because Boston is just an absolute powerhouse. So I clearly doubt that Atlanta's going to win this one, 32-9, or the Celtics win at home. But appreciate you for coming through, Bleacher. Hit the like button if you have not done so, my guy. Appreciate you for coming through to the stream as well. And we get to hear Gus Johnson calling this game tonight. Whoop-de-doo. Don't tell me he's going to be showing that bias tonight. Don't even tell me he's going to be showing that bias. Man, I like Gus Johnson. I mean, he got a lot of energy, but it's just that, like, he's just biased though at times. So that's the one thing that I hate about Gus Johnson. Watch my man Mariners and hang out with you. Suns later. Let's get Sixers. You already know it is. Sidon sounds like a good plan for you tonight. Yeah, guys, this game is about to get underway soon. Once again, expecting an absolute masterclass from the Celtics tonight. As the starting lineup comes in for the Atlanta Hawks, it is Trae Young, Bogdan Bogdanovic, John Collins, DeAndre Hunter, and Clint Capella for the Hawks starting lineup. You can find this game on TNT, by the way, if you guys do not know what channel it is on for tonight. And then for the Boston Celtics, is going to be Marcus Smart, Derek White, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and Al Horford for the starting lineup for the Boston Celtics. So it looks like they're going to have Robert Williams come off the bench, because the only one on the injury report for the Boston Celtics is Danilo Gallinari, which he is obviously out for the year, so he never got a real chance. As the game is underway, the Atlanta Hawks win the tip, and here we go from the TD Garden. Trae Young early on taking a three at the top of the key, and it is a sniper by Trae Young to start. Trae Young looking for that absolute masterclass. The question is, can he get the help that he is looking for in this one? Derek White getting it over to Jaylen Brown, back over to Derek White, guarded by Bogdan Bogdanovic. Derek White going to his right, getting it over to Jason Tatum. Tatum going to drive, going to go step back three at the wing, short. Marcus Smart getting the rebound, over to Tatum. Tatum guarded by DeAndre Hunter. Tatum going to put it up for two, and it's too easy. Too easy from Jason Tatum early on. Trae Young is going to need to have an absolute masterclass in this game. Trae Young going to drive, float up for two, and it's good for Trae Young. Trae Young off to a nice start here in the first minute of this game, as Marcus Smart's going to drive, going to kick it out to Jaylen Brown in the corner. Jaylen Brown going to drive, kick it out to Smart. Smart, a three at the wing was blocked, as we'll kick it out to Horford over to Tatum. Back out to Horford. Horford going to float up for two, no good. Going to be rebounded by DeAndre Hunter here for the Atlanta Hawks. As he'll take it down the floor, standing at the wing. Hunter coming around the screen, going to lose the ball, going to get it back. Hunter, still guarded by Jaylen Brown, gets it over to Bogdan Bogdanovic. Bogdanovic guarded by Tatum, going to go to his right. Bogdanovic going to get it over to Capella. Capella against Horford, and Capella is going to lose the battle. Somehow in the world, he misses the layup, and it's going to be the Celtics getting the rebound. Horford gets it over to Tatum, over to Jaylen Brown for two, and it's good. Again, here we go. Here we go. This is about to be a masterclass from the Celtics. Here we go. Trae Young going to kick it out to the corner. I do believe that's John Collins taking the three. It's no good. It's going to be picked up by the Celtics. In particular, it's going to be Jaylen Brown picking up the rebound. As Brown's going to drive on Capella, going to float it up for two, and it's good. Come on, guys. Let's go. Trae Young dancing, coming around the screen. Trae Young. And it's going to be out of bounds off of Trae Young. I think they originally ruled it a foul on Horford, but they took it back and they put it in the Celtics' favor. As Jason Tatum takes a three from the wing, that's offense going to be rebounded by the Atlanta Hawks. Clint Capella able to get the rebound right there and gets it over to Trae Young. Trae Young guarded by Jason Tatum going to his left. Trae Young coming inside, floating it up for two. No good. It's going to be picked up by Derek White this time for the Boston Celtics. Gets it over to Horford, over to Smart in the corner for three, and it is good for Marcus Smart. It rimmed out, went on the back of the rim, and then it went right back in. 9-5 Celtics lead right now. Trae Young with the ball here, gets over to Bogdan Bogdanovic. Bogdanovic going to get it over to Capella. The alley-oop is good. Atlanta Hawks are going to need all the help they can get, as much as possible. Derek White gets it over to Jaylen Brown. The pump fake. Jaylen Brown going to kick it out to Horford. Horford guarded by Capella, gets it over to Marcus Smart. The fake step back to Horford for 3. No good. It was originally rebounded by Bogdanovich, but they're going to say it was out of bounds off of the hand of Jason Tatum, so it is going to be Atlanta Hawks basketball. Here we go. Here's Trae Young with the ball, bringing it down the floor, guarded by Derek White. Trae Young going to drive, coming around the screen. Trae Young looking, spinning, fading for 2. Trae Young putting it up and putting it in. Trae Young putting up some effort, has 7 of the team's 9 points to begin. Jaylen Brown with the ball going to his left. Jaylen Brown going to back in. Jaylen Brown going to put it up for 2, and it's good. And just like that, the Celtics will take the lead right back over the Atlanta Hawks. Trae Young, guarded by Jason Tatum. Trae Young standing at the top of the key. Trae Young trying to find an option, finds Bogdanovich over to Collins. Collins putting it up for 2, no good, but Capella trying to put it back, can't do it the second time. But third time is a charm with John Collins putting it back on his second time out of 3 times that he had the opportunity. Tatum going to drive this time. Tatum putting it up for 2, and he will be fouled. I think it's going to be on Clint Capella. Yeah, they'll call it on Clint Capella for sure. Clint Capella definitely made more contact to Jason Tatum than what Bogdan Bogdanovich did. First one on the line for Jason Tatum is good. Immediately giving the Celtics the lead right back in this one. 12-11 right now. In Game 4 on Sunday, Jason Tatum had 31 points, and he did not shoot the ball well at all on Sunday. Second one on the line for Jason Tatum is good. Here we go. Inbound passes in from John Collins to Trae Young. Trae Young guarded by Marcus Smart. Trae Young going to pass it over to DeAndre Hunter. Hunter going to spin, put it up for 2. 2 strong off the back of the rim. It's going to be rebounded by the Celtics. Jaylen Brown going to drive and take it and throw it down with one hand. The one-handed jackhammer from Jaylen Brown is good. 4-4 to start for Jaylen Brown. Trae Young with the floater for 2 and responds with authority. Keeping his team in it. He's absolutely carrying his team right now. Has 9 of the team's 13 points. Jaylen Brown pump faking at the top of the key. Gets it over to Jason Tatum. Tatum. 7 minutes left to go. Gets it over to Marcus Smart. Smart. Guarded by Hunter. Now gets it over to Tatum. Tatum putting it up for 2, and it is no good. And it'll be Clint Capella getting the rebound here for the Atlanta Hawks. He'll get it over to Trae Young, who will match up against Marcus Smart. Trae Young coming inside. Trae Young going to kick it out. DeAndre Hunter for 3 in the corner. Good for DeAndre Hunter. And what a bounce back shot for the Hawks to give them the lead by 1 point here in the first quarter. 6.5 minutes left. As Marcus Smart has the ball, Smart going to get it over to Horford. Horford going to get it over to Derek White. Derek White going to lob it up to Jason Tatum. Tatum back to Derek White. Derek White going to kick it out. Jaylen Brown for 3. Good. In response again. So a high-scoring game here early on. Combined 34 points about halfway through this game. As Trae Young passes over to Bogdanovich. Tries to put it up for 2. Misses it. Capella saves it. Puts it back in for 2. And will immediately tie this game at 18 points apiece. With under 6 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Smart gets it over to Jaylen Brown. Lobs it up to Horford. Horford going to kick it out to Jason Tatum. Tatum guarded by DeAndre Hunter gets it over to Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown guarded by John Collins. Jaylen Brown still dancing. Taking the 3 from the corner. No good. DeAndre Hunter will pick up the rebound for the Hawks. He'll get it over to Trae Young. Trae Young will drive. Young kicking it out to John Collins. Collins the pump. Gets it out to Bogdanovich at the wing for 3. No good. Going to be rebounded here by Al Horford, and we'll get it over to Derek White. Derek White going to drive, lose the ball. And it'll be out of bounds off of Derek White, apparently, according to the officials, so it will be Atlanta Hawks ball. 18 points each, with 5:14 left to go in the first. So far, guys, this is looking like a pretty good game right now, to be completely honest. Well, obviously it is with both these teams tied right now. I mean, overall, the Celtics, as of right now, are honestly relying on Jaylen Brown to make the majority of their points happen. Because, I mean, Tatum's off to a 1-for-4 start from the field, 0 of 2 from 3. Marcus Smart, 1 of 2 from the field, and that came from 3-point range. And Jaylen Brown's 5 of 6. So, as of right now, I'm seeing them do like rely on like one player so far. I mean, they're definitely very physical too. So they're definitely very physical. They're like very scrappy. I'm just trying to get my thoughts and opinions on how we could have fared like against the Celtics for the second round, because I'm assuming that is going to be our second round opponent. If it for some reason is not the Celtics, I will be amazed. But it's honestly just really hard for the Celtics to go ahead and lose at home. I mean, they've only lost 9 times on their home floor. 9 times. Only 9 times they've lost on their home floor, which is insane. It's a good game right now. I mean, if we can find a way to just, if the Sixers can score on this Celtics team, because I mean, for some reason the Atlanta Hawks are literally staying in it with the Celtics team, which shows me that the Celtics are not playing a lot of defense so far, though. So eventually they'll want to try and make the change. Yeah, so far they have like no defensive numbers, apart from the defensive rebounds, which they only have 5 of between Jason Tatum, Derek White, and Jaylen Brown. Looks like we're going to see Robert Williams and Malcolm Brogdon checking for the Celtics here. And we're going to see Saddiq Bey come in for the Atlanta Hawks. So adjustments will be made here, more than likely, once the game gets back on, which should be in a couple moments. Make that right now. But so far, I mean, obviously the way we played the Sixers have played the Celtics at home, it's obviously a winnable series. But the problem, though, you have to win a game in TD Garden. And that's no easy task at all, because they only have 9 losses on their home floor. So we'll see what happens as the game is back on. As Trae Young has the ball, guarded by Derek White. Trae going to go to his right. Take a deep 3 from the wing. No good. Derek White gets the rebound for the Celtics. Derek White with the ball. Going to be guarded by Saddiq Bey, who checked into the game for the Atlanta Hawks. Gets over to Robert Williams. Back over to Derek White. Derek White going to lob it up to Robert Williams for 2, and it's good. I want to see Embiid matching up on Robert Williams like a lot of next series. And Al Horford, too, of course. John Collins taking the 3 from the wing, and that is good in response for the Atlanta Hawks to once again take a 1-point lead, 21-20 over the Celtics. Jalen Brown with the ball, gets it over to Horford. Horford, guarded by Collins, gets it over to Derek White. Derek White putting it up for 2. And it is good for Derek White. And he'll bounce right back with a 2-pointer to give the Celtics a 1-point lead. Trae Young coming around the screen. And it'll be John Collins called for the illegal screen. So we'll go Celtics ball. I mean, obviously the game plan for the Celtics can change at any given point in time, but this is just what I'm seeing based on this game. As Horford gets it over to Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown guarded by John Collins. Jaylen Brown going to drive. Laid up for 2, no good. It'll be picked up by Onyeka Okongwu for the Atlanta Hawks as Trae Young gets it over to Saddiq Bey, and that is blocked by Al Horford. And Horford did step out of bounds, so we'll stay Atlanta Hawks ball. We'll have Al Horford go to the bench here for the Celtics. Don't know who's going to get in here for the Celtics, though. That was a nice block by Al Horford. I'll give him that, to say the least. That's like their first defensive stat line of the game. That's like their first big one. Sam Hauser's in for the Celtics as Okongwu loses it, gets it over to Johnson for 3, and it's good for Johnson. Which Johnson do they have on the team? Jalen Johnson. That's right. They have Jalen Johnson. I forgot. And so here we go. I believe this is Malcolm Brogdon with the ball, the 6th man of the year this year. Brogdon going to go step back on Onyeka Okongwu, and it's too easy for Malcolm Brogdon. It's too easy. He's been huge for their bench this year, obviously, because he won 6th man of the year. As Trae Young has the ball, Trae Young guarded by Jaylen Brown. Trae Young dancing, going to kick it out. Johnson for 3, no good. Okongwu gets the rebound for the moment, but he is fouled as the ball was stripped. And it'll be against the Celtics. I do believe it's going to be on Malcolm Brogdon for the foul. And that'll happen after Jalen Johnson missed the shot. Here we go, 3:05 left to go in the first quarter. DeAndre Hunter inbounds it here to Trae Young. Trae Young back over to Hunter. Hunter up the baseline, putting it up for 2. No good. Trying to be picked up by the Celtics, and it was by Saddiq Bey. It will be a foul called on Boston. This will be on Robert Williams. That first timeout was called on Boston. I think Atlanta might want to talk things over in terms of strategy. As they take another quick timeout here. Tied up at 24 points apiece. So Atlanta's keeping it competitive. So I think the Sixers could honestly do a good job at staying with this team. It's just about how they will perform on the Celtics' home floor. That's the only problem. Because again, like I said before, and I'll say it again, this team, the Boston Celtics, they've only lost 9 times on their home floor. They've only lost 9 times on their home floor. Which means it's tough to play in the TD Garden. It's tough getting by those fans too, you know. I mean, we'll see what the Sixers will do. I mean, the Celtics lost to, just to name a couple teams that the Celtics have lost to. They lost to teams like the Nets, the Knicks. Again, they haven't lost a lot at home. But those are just some teams that they have just lost to at TD Garden. So I think there's potential where the Sixers can get a win on the Celtics' home floor. But again, it will be a huge challenge for the Sixers when it's all said and done. It has to mean, though, that we need to win every single one of our home games. If we don't win all our home games, we could be in desperate trouble because I'm not confident in this team winning more than 1 game at the TD Garden. I'm not that confident. So we have to win all our home games on our home floor before going into the TD Garden and trying to snag one from Boston. And there's obviously potential that the Sixers can win all the home games because, again, they play Boston much more tough than what they do when they're on the road. The Sixers have made it much closer in terms of the score when the Sixers are the home team. Like, you've seen the Sixers lose at home by like double-digit points to the Celtics, and you even saw them win the last time these two teams met up in the Wells Fargo. So there's obviously a lot of potential that the Sixers can come out and literally find a way to win all the home games is just going to come down to how healthy both Joel Embiid and James Harden are going to be, because those are the top two options. And Tobias Harris keeps playing the way that he is, if Maxey continues to contribute, if we can find a way to get PJ Tucker going in terms of making the shots, if the bench can continue to keep going as much as they can, if the bench can continue to do what they can, and if Doc Rivers can coach the way he did at the end of the whole first round, then I think we have a chance. As the game's back on, Okongwu taking a three at the top of the key, and it is good for Onyeka Okongwu. 2:40 left to go here in the first quarter. Here we go. Inbound passes in. It will be Brogdon bringing it down the floor. Going to get it over to Robert Williams. Williams guarded by Okongwu. Faking it over to Brogdon. Gets over to Jason Tatum. Tatum pump faking it against Okongwu. Getting it over to Robert Williams. Back to Tatum. Tatum coming inside. Going to kick it out to Hauser. Over to Brogdon. Brogdon going to drive. Float up for two. No good. It'll be rebounded by Saddiq Bey. Saddiq Bey will bring it down the floor. Bey standing at the top of the key, getting it over to Trae Young. Trae Young going to drive for the moment. Just going to walk on the inside. Trae Young going to get it out to Hunter. Over to Bey. Over to Jalen Johnson. Over to Okongwu. Okongwu going to spin. Kick it out. Hunter at the top of the key on Tatum. Hunter going to drive. Foot laid up for two. No good. Going to be rebounded by Malcolm Brogdon. Brogdon going to kick it out. Tatum, the three. Off. A little too much. They're going to give it to the Hawks here with a minute 37 left to go here in the first. Here we go, though. As Trae Young's going to bring it down the floor here. Be guarded by Marcus Smart. Trae Young going to go to his left. Trae Young going to drive. Going to float up for two again. No good. It's going to be rebounded by Robert Williams. We'll get it over to Marcus Smart. Smart and get it over to Jason Tatum. Tatum going to dance. Around the screen he goes. Gets over to Smart. Smart, the three. No good. Going to be snagged by Onyeka Okongwu. We'll get it over to Trae Young. Trae Young will drive. Trae Young going to dance. Trae Young going to lay it up for two. No good, and it'll be Robert Williams picking up the rebound. He'll get it over to Marcus Smart. Smart to Hauser, who's wide open in the corner for three, and it's good. Looks like someone's long-lost cousin. I forget who he kind of looks like, though. Here we go. Trae Young pump faking. Gets over to Saddiq Bey at the top of the key for three, and it's good for Saddiq Bey. Saddiq Bey has really provided a nice spark off the bench to begin the first quarter for himself. As Jason Tatum has the ball, Tatum going to take the three again, and that might have been in if Robert Williams did not put his hands up. Not that it was going to be a little bit short. Here we go. Here's Trae Young with the ball, setting up the offense, guarded by Sam Hauser. Young, waiting for his opportunity still. 6-5 on the shot clock. Trae Young, fake step back to Johnson for three. No good. Going to be picked up by Marcus Smart. And a foul's going to be called on Atlanta. The inbound passes into Smart, gets it to Brogdon, shooting a half-court shot. Oh, that was actually kind of close. That was actually kind of close right there towards the end of the first quarter, where the Atlanta Hawks coming out in striking position with the lead over the Boston Celtics at the end of the first quarter, 30-27, as we head to the second quarter with the Atlanta Hawks up by 3. Atlanta's trying to say we're not done yet. They're trying to say we're not done yet. You got 3 quarters to go, Atlanta. I'm just saying. You got 3 quarters to go. Embiid coming back soon to finish. Doc Rivers doesn't know when Embiid's going to come back, Sijin. Because, another report comes out from Yahoo Sports saying Joel Embiid's return date still unclear after report LCL sprain diagnosis. I just don't know the answer. So, it's not out of the picture that he does not play game 1, but he will be allowed to wear a brace on where he got hurt. He will be allowed to wear a brace to begin the second round when he returns to the floor. Whether if it's game 1, game 2, whenever it is. Gonna put up the scores. Like I've done with the Sixers streams bleacher, I'm going to just do them after every quarter. But yeah, who knows if Joel Embiid's going to... This LCL thing better not be. Now, as I continue to look through the Yahoo Sports article, it says that Doc Rivers doesn't rule out Joel Embiid being done for the season. That's ridiculous. There's no way he can be out for the season. There's just no shot. There is just no shot he can be out for the season. So cool, thanks. Yeah, I got you, Sergeant. I got you. But come on, Embiid cannot be out for the season. There's no shot. Because, dude, I'm not dealing with Paul Reed throughout the entire postseason. I can't have Paul Reed starting the entire postseason, dude. I can't. And even though Embiid needs to continue to play a lot of minutes, he could be on a bit of a minutes restriction for when he returns based on this LCL sprain. But Doc Rivers also came out on Sixers Wire and said that he feels confident that the Sixers can move out injured Joel Embiid. I mean, you have a 12-5, 11-6 record when you're not playing with Joel Embiid. I mean, it's possible that you can win without Joel Embiid. It's just that against the Celtics, though, when they have a great team like this, you're probably not going to win without Joel Embiid. So you probably need Embiid to play. Dude, I need Embiid playing as soon as possible. Or I need Atlanta winning this game so Embiid gets extra rest. Because assuming the Hawks extend the amount of time that this series goes on for, this series against the Sixers and the Celtics is not going to start till Monday. As the second quarter is underway, Marcus Smart laying it up for 2. And it is no good, but Marcus Smart will be fouled and will head to the free throw line. Yeah, I did see the game schedule, the projected game schedule for the second round between the Sixers and Boston. Assuming the Sixers do play the Celtics in the second round, like I said before. But again, the Celtics should be able to win this game. But as of right now, it's not looking like it. First one in the line for Marcus Smart, though, is good. I need Embiid getting as much rest as possible. I need him to. Second one of the line is no good for Marcus Smart, so he will go 1 of 2 from the line on that trip, and Atlanta will pick up the ball and try to keep their scoring going. Do believe this is Justin Holiday kicking it out in the corner for 3, and it is good. Bogdan Bogdanovic starting out the second quarter with a bang. As Marcus Smart gets it over to Jason Tatum. Tatum going to lob it out to Robert Williams, and it's too easy. Here we go, though. I believe this is going to be Aaron Holiday. He's going to try to kick it out, and Bogdan Bogdanovic just didn't even care about trying to bring it back in because he did not want to go diving into the stands, and it will be Celtics ball. Smart gets over to Robert Williams. Williams over to Jason Tatum. Tatum going to drive. Tatum going to lay it up and lay it in. Too easy for Jason Tatum. Celtics still down by 1, though. Here we go as Holiday will get it over to Bogdanovic. Bogdanovic with the pump fake on Williams. You get it over to Holiday. Holiday going to drive. Holiday going to spin. Holiday going to get it out there to Okongwu for 2. No good. Jalen Johnson's trying to fight for the rebound. Cannot do so. And it's going to be Malcolm Brogdon with the rebound here for the Celtics. Brogdon going to lose the ball. Got a little sloppy right there. It will say sucks. Or rather, it will be a timeout call by the Celtics. And I'm 100% sure that Embiid's not going to be out for the year because a report came out from John Clark saying that Joel Embiid will be playing through the knee injury, the LCL sprain. He will be playing through it, which is very risky, but how else are we supposed to make it past the second round? Because, how else are we supposed to do it? We're not doing it without an Embiid on this team. We're not doing it without Joel. We're not. But seriously, though, the Hawks need to keep this series going against the Celtics. Because I need as much rest as possible for Joel Embiid. I'm not saying that I need Atlanta winning this series, although it would be great if they would. I think the Celtics ended tonight, but if somehow in the world Atlanta finds a way to extend this series again and somehow into a game 6 or 7, then it is huge to help out the health of Joel Embiid and James Harden, have them reset. Have them get on the reset button. Give them much more rest here to see what will happen going forward. See how healthy Joel Embiid's going to be. See how healthy James Harden's going to be. We're going to see what happens. SG Sports Talk, what's going on, my guy? I appreciate you for coming through. Say go Hawks. Hey, this stream, I'll allow it because I'm not rooting for either one of these teams. This is more of a scouting stream, to be perfectly honest with you, to see what the Sixers are going to kind of expect going into the second round. Appreciate you for coming through the SG Sports Talk. Hit the like button if you have not done so, my guy. Appreciate you for coming through to this stream here tonight. Hopefully everyone's doing well on this Tuesday night, ladies and gents. Hope you guys are all doing well, staying safe. Hopefully everyone's doing well tonight. So yeah, guys, we just don't know if Embiid is going to play in game 1, assuming it is on Saturday. If it's on Monday, then that's even better. Because that's about another week of rest for Joel. I need him getting as much rest as possible. We got tomorrow Warriors or Kings in game 5. Let me see. It's in Sacramento, too. I'm actually going with the Kings to take a 3-2 series lead on that. As the game is back on, as Horford's going to kick it out to Sam Hauser. High-arcing triple, no good. It's going to be rebounded by Saddiq Bey. And now Bogdanovic will have the ball and will bring it down the floor. Bogdanovic guarded by Marcus Smart. Going to lob it up to Onyeka Okongwu. Okongwu faking it to Bogdanovic, getting it over to Saddiq Bey. Bey taking the 3 ball. Good for Saddiq Bey. Saddiq Bey out here starting out in a pretty solid way. As Tatum He's going to kick it out to Marcus Smart. Smart pretty much was left open, but drives and takes the 2. And it's good for Marcus Smart. Come on, Atlanta. Keep the pressure. Keep the pressure. Keep the pressure going. Here we go as Holiday's going to get it over to Okongwu, over to Jalen Johnson, over to Bogdanovic for 3. Comes up short, but that will be 3 free throws at the line here for Bogdan Bogdanovic. So the foul's going to be called on Marcus Smart. But yeah, SC Sports Talk, I'm going to take the Kings tomorrow. Also, guys, Paolo Banchero did end up winning Rookie of the Year this year. So, again, I wasn't surprised about that, honestly. But, he deserved to win Rookie of the Year for the NBA. So, congratulations to Paolo Banchero. First one of the line was good for Bogdan Bogdanovic, and same with the second. De'Aaron Fox fractured his finger and he's hopeful to play in that game. Yeah, De'Aaron Fox is like 99% ready for – so he's basically a go for tomorrow night's game against the Warriors. Thoughts on De'Aaron Fox? Just hope that – he really has had a great year. Obviously won Clutch Player of the Year, I do believe. So, again, he's been a really good player this year, and I think this has easily been the best year of his career by far. 5-point lead here for the Atlanta Hawks. 9:20 left to go here in the first half. Tatum going to kick it out to Horford for 3. Good for Al Horford. Where was that in Philly, old man Al Horford? Where was that in Philly? Could have done that in Philly all day. As Holiday's going to get it over to Okongwu. Okongwu going to get it over to Saddiq Bey. Saddiq Bey coming inside. Saddiq Bey putting it up for 2. The layup, no good, but a foul. And another one going to be called on Al Horford. This will be number 2 on Al Horford in this one, I think. Not that it's number 1 on Horford, but I think it's 2. First one on the line for Saddiq Bey is good. Maybe it was the first one on Al Horford. Because I don't see them changing his personal fouls to a 2. You're cool, dude. Appreciate that. SG Sports Talk. Both free throws at the line here. Good for the Atlanta Hawks. So, looks like that was just the first foul on Al Horford. As Derek White's going to lob it up here to Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown, guarded by Saddiq Bey, now getting double team. Gets it over to Jason Tatum. Tatum missing the layup both times. And on the third time, he will be fouled. And he'll head to the line to shoot 2. It'll be on Yeko Okongwu with 8:40 left to go in the first half. I just don't know how Jason Tatum misses both those first 2 layups. I just don't know how Jason Tatum misses those first 2 layup opportunities. As Jason Tatum will inbound it here to Al Horford over to Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown going to drive, going to spin. Jaylen Brown still spinning, putting it up for 2, and it's good for Jaylen Brown. Here we go. Do we? This is going to be Capella getting it over to Saddiq Bey. Saddiq Bey to Jalen Johnson. Johnson going to drive, laid up for 2, no good. Going to be rebounded by Al Horford. Going to get it over to Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown going to drive, going to lay it up for 2, and it's good. Here comes the ball. Here come the Boston Celtics. Timeout Quinn Snyder for the Atlanta Hawks. Congratulations to your Philadelphia 76ers winning the series over the Brooklyn Nets. I mean, that was expected, SC Sports Talk. I wanted to give the Brooklyn Nets 1 game, but now that we finished that series off, we give Embiid at least about a week of rest, maybe until Monday if somehow the Atlanta Hawks can push this series to like 6 or 7. But if they can't, then Embiid has to be ready to go. He has to be ready to go. No matter what it takes, no matter how healthy he is. I also need to see a James Harden masterclass. I need to see the Tobias Harris that I saw in the first round. I need to see Maxey contributing, Tucker contributing, the bench doing their thing. And I need to see Doc Rivers coach based on the way that he did in the first round. Doc Rivers, there's no excuses. There's no excuses this year. The Boston Celtics are mainly the Sixers' main obstacle because, the Milwaukee Bucks are on the brink of elimination. And I'm not sure what Miami's going to have to offer, but playoff Jimmy Butler is honestly a dangerous man. Playoff Jimmy Butler is honestly a dangerous man, dudes. That man is dangerous in the postseason. That man, Jimmy Butler, is so dangerous in the postseason. It is insane. So, they might have something to offer. They might. As of right now, ladies and gents, it is a 1-point game. Atlanta leading it by 1 over the Hawks, 41-40. Atlanta still has yet to get a single player for their team into double figures. Jaylen Brown is carrying this team, and he is in double figures right now with 15 points. Trae is like a mini version of Steph Curry. He can pass the ball and he can shoot the ball, and that kid has a lot of athleticism on the basketball court, and that's what makes him dangerous. Facts. But no one will be a better shooter in this league than Steph Curry. Nobody. Nobody will be a better shooter in this league than Steph Curry. (41-40) here. Atlanta leads by 1. About 8 minutes left to go here in the first half. Jaylen Brown still wearing the mask after what happened recently. Just another great player and having another one of the best years of his career. Jason Tatum is going to be great in the future, especially as a young kid that he is right now. He's definitely going to have a bright future ahead of him. As Trae Young's going to get it over to Bogdanovic. Bogdanovic going to lob it up to Onyeka Okongwu. Okongwu battling against Horford is swatted away by Horford, but Okongwu picking up his own rebound. Trae Young, the 3 ball, no good. Saddiq Bey will pick up the rebound. Bey trying to squeeze through. Bey, the second effort is good. They're going to call a jump ball. Unbelievable. They're going to call between, I think, Tatum and Saddiq Bey. And Saddiq Bey will lose the jump ball. He did get the piece of it, but goes in favor of the Celtics. Horford, the 3 ball, no good. Going to be rebounded by Atlanta. Bogdanovic with the ball. Bogdanovic trying to get it to Okongwu. It'll go off of the hand of Al Horford last, so it will stay. It will stay Hawks ball. Come on, Hawks. Don't start collapsing now. Come on. All right, Robert Williams will come back in for the Boston Celtics, and John Collins will come back in for the Atlanta Hawks. Jason Tatum will finally get some rest here. Trae Young's still on the floor, though, so that makes it kind of dangerous. As he gets it into John Collins, back to Trae Young, putting it up for 2. And it is going to be a foul called on Trae Young. And Trae Young's over here complaining like crazy. It's unbelievable how much Trae Young is complaining right now. No turnovers for the Celtics so far in the first 17 minutes or so of this game. As Jaylen Brown has the ball, guarded by Trae Young. Jaylen Brown going to drive. Jaylen Brown going to lose the ball, and Trae Young will pick it up. Going to get it over to John Collins, losing the ball. It'll be picked up by old man Al Horford. Horford going to kick it out. Brogdon, the three, good. Just like that, the Celtics are going to take the lead right back and show Atlanta what's up. It'll be John Collins with the ball, going to get it out there to Trae Young. Trae Young, guarded by Derek White. Trae Young going to come inside. Trae Young going to kick it out. Collins, the three to answer. Good for John Collins. He's trying to say, anything you guys could do, we can do better. Brogdon going to drive, going to kick to Tatum over to Jaylen Brown. Or rather, that was Derek White to Jaylen Brown for three, and it's good. $18 points for Jaylen Brown in the first half. He has had a great first half so far, and I will give him a lot of credit. John Collins taking another three. No good this time. But the hustle from Saddiq Bey results in a reverse layup, and good for Saddiq Bey. Hawks down by one here to the Celtics. Under 6 minutes to go. This is Grant Williams with the ball. Grant Williams going to drive, going to lay it up for two, and it's good. Atlanta's got to try to tie it again. At least stay in this game. Here we go. Here's Saddiq Bey with the ball. They're going to get it over to Trae Young. Trae Young going to his right. Trae Young throwing it to absolutely nobody. I don't even know where he was throwing that. I think he was trying to tell Saddiq Bey to go over there. And not him. It was Okongwu. He's getting the talk with Quinn Snyder. They're probably going to get Clint Capella back in this game, which is exactly what they do. As Brogdon is going to put it up for two, and it's good for Malcolm Brogdon. Come on, Atlanta. I'm really rooting for the Hawks here because Sixers need to continue to get some extended rest. As Trae Young has the ball, going to kick it out. Collins, the three, off. Going to be rebounded by the Celtics. I knew that was off as soon as John Collins released it. Derek White, the three, and it's good. And here's where the Celtics start running away with this game. Here's where it all starts. Here we go. Timeout, Atlanta. Yay. Wow, Atlanta. You're letting us down right now, guys. Come on. Atlanta's letting us down right now, ladies and gents. Lucas Holm, what's going on, my guy? Appreciate you coming through. Said just got done with work. What do you think of the job? You're much more lucky than I am, Lucas. Like for your age right now, for all you do is just moving golf carts and stuff, that being your job, you're so lucky. I mean, honestly, I have to do more than what you did to be completely honest. I'm sure you already hit the like button, Lucas. Now I'm just busting your chops a little bit, but it's all good. $10 points off the bench for Saddiq Bey. He's the first player for the Atlanta Hawks to make it into double figures. And he's played less minutes than both Trae Young, DeAndre Hunter, and Bogdan Bogdanovic. Saddiq Bey has played 12 minutes. Bogdanovic has played 13. DeAndre Hunter has played 14, and Trae Young has played 15. And he's the first player to make it into double figures tonight for Atlanta. That is ridiculous. Trae Young, you should be better than that. Gotta do better than that, Trae Young. Here we go. Second quarter continues. Trae Young with the ball. Hawks need some help. As Trae Young's going to get it over to DeAndre Hunter. Hunter putting it up for two. Tough shot for DeAndre Hunter and still makes it. Here we go. Here's Brogdon with the ball, trying to chase him down. And it's going to be good for Malcolm Brogdon and one for Boston. And it's going to be a foul call on DeAndre Hunter. Easily. He would have probably made both free throws anyway because, again, he is the sixth man of the year. So, Celtic winners for sixth man of the year. Only 3 of them have done it. Kevin McHale has done it twice in 84 and 85. Bill Walton in 86. And now Malcolm Brogdon has done it this year. He's only the 3rd Boston Celtic to win sixth man of the year, which is actually crazy for Celtics history based on the players that they've had from the past. As Trae Young going to kick it out there to DeAndre Hunter, out to Sadiq Bey. Bey, the 3. They need it desperately. No good. Going to be picked up by Jaylen Brown on the rebound. Brown, guarded by Sadiq Bey, going to drive, going to lay it up for 2, and it's good. Come on, Atlanta. Why aren't y'all showing up like you were before? Hunter, going to kick it out. Collins going to get it over to Sadiq Bey. Bey, laying it up for 2. Good. Finally, it's about time. We'll say Atlanta needs to start showing up and needs to start showing some authority a little bit. As Brogdon's going to take the 3. No good. Going to be picked up here by Atlanta. Collins going to kick it out. Hunter the 3. Short by a mile. Brogdon going to pass it to Jaylen Brown. The layup is good. But it's blocked here for the Celtics. Tatum laying it up and laying it in. About 3 minutes left to go here. Celtics up by 13. This is mainly where they started running away with this game. Trae Young with the ball going to his left. Trae Young going to lob it up for 2, and it's good. Celtics need to, or rather Atlanta needs to play some of their best defense here in these last 2.5 minutes. Well, 2:45 left to go to be exact. As Brogdon has the ball, going to dance on Trae Young. Brogdon going to kick it out to Jason Tatum. Tatum, the deep 3. Short. Trae Young picking up the rebound. Young taking a deep 3 just for the heck of it. No good. And Tatum will take it down the other way. Tatum to Williams. And it'll be number 3 called on Trae Young. Or rather, I thought they said 3rd foul on Trae Young, but that's either his 1st or 2nd, I think. Now that I think about it. Jim Brown and Jason Tatum might be one of the sexiest duos on the Celtics. Here we go. Jason Tatum inbounds it to Malcolm Brogdon. Back over to Tatum. Tatum getting it over to Smart. Smart going to drive. Smart backing in, putting it up for 2. No good. Going to be picked up by Clint Capella. A foul on Boston. Atlanta needs to desperately make some of these shots here. Desperation timer for the Hawks. They really need it. Trae Young with the ball. Young spinning. Hanging on to it. Trae Young coming inside. Young, the layup off the backboard is good. Unbelievable on what Trae Young can do in this game for you. 13 points for Trae Young in the first half. Not the best, but not the worst for him. As Smart, however, is going to put it up and answer right back. Minute 40 left to go here in the first half. Trae Young guarded by Marcus Smart. Trae Young get it over to Collins. Collins losing the ball. Going to get it back. Collins going to back in. Going to get it to Capella. Capella back to Collins. Collins backing into Tatum. Collins putting it up for 2, and it's good. Minute 20 left to go in the first half now. John Collins with 10 points. Here we go. Here's Smart with the ball. Going to get it over to Robert Williams. Williams. Going to get it over to Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown driving. Jaylen Brown, reverse layup. No good. It's going to be a foul call, and it's going to be on Robert Williams, I think, for the collision that he had with DeAndre Hunter, I do believe. Minute 4 seconds left to go here in the first half. Celtics lead by 9 right now over the Hawks. Celtics looking to advance to the second round to face the Philadelphia 76ers. The one thing I don't like about the Atlanta Hawks in this game is that they're taking so many deep shots. Like, why? Get the points. Trae Young got blocked by Al Horford. It'll be Jaylen Brown lobbing it up, and he almost made it, too. There'll be a foul called, though, and it's going to be on Al Horford. Oh, that should be a flagrant on Jaylen Brown, to be honest. Quinn Snyder should be challenging this right now. But for some reason, he doesn't. Why are you not challenging that, Quinn Snyder? That's a flagrant one. As Trae Young has the ball, guarded by Jason Tatum. Hawks looking to cut into the lead. Trae Young. Still guarded by Tatum. Trae Young putting it up for 2. Lucky bounce for Trae Young putting it in. 30 seconds left to go here. Smart. Going to get it over to Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown spinning. Going to lose the ball, but it will be a foul on the Hawks. Looks like that's going to be Trae Young's second foul. 22.7 seconds left. Do a great job on the play-by-play streams. Appreciate that, SG Sports Talk. First one of the line is no good for Jaylen Brown. Should try out for the Philadelphia 76ers, and you could be the backup center to Joel Embiid. Nah, that's Paul Reed's job. I'm not even that tall, SG Sports Talk. I'm only 5'11 and a quarter. I'm not even that tall. Come on now. You really think I'm that tall of a human being? You think I'm like 6'11", 6'9" at the very least, like a Montrezl Harrell type? Absolutely not. 22.7 seconds left. Second one at the line was good for Jaylen Brown, who's had a monstrous first half for the Boston Celtics. Hawks looking for one more shot. Trae Young with the ball. Trae Young going deep. Again, no good off the front rim. And Tatum will just let it go and will take it to the half. And that will take us to the end of the first half, where the Boston Celtics will lead the Atlanta Hawks 66-58. Celtics with an 8-point lead here over the Atlanta Hawks. Ladies and gents, we have approached halftime here in Game 5 of this series. We got, ladies and gents, this right here is the halftime score. Celtics lead at 66-58 over the Atlanta Hawks. Ladies and gents, on that note, we are going to go ahead and go over the halftime stats here. And then, per usual, even though this is a non-Sixer stream, we're going to continue to, and we're going to take the halftime break here like we always do. Can I dunk the ball? No. I think I'm getting close, though. I think I'm close. Ladies and gents, on that note, we're going to go over the halftime stats here, and then we'll take the halftime break. Starting off on the Atlanta Hawks side, Trae Young leads the way for the Atlanta Hawks here with 15 points, a rebound, and 6 assists, as well as a steal. Saddiq Bey off the bench following it up with 12 points and 4 rebounds. John Collins following it up in the starting lineup with 10 points, a rebound, and an assist each. Bogdan Bogdanovic putting up 6 points, a rebound, and 2 assists, as well as a block. DeAndre Hunter putting up 5 points and 3 rebounds. If I didn't say him already, Bogdan Bogdanovic with 6 points, a rebound, and 2 Actually, I did say Bogdanovic's stat line. As Clint Capella at the end of the half, finishing with 4 points and 4 rebounds so far, as well as a block at the end of the first half. Onyeka Okongwu putting up 3 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And Jalen Johnson rounding off the stat line, finishing with 3 points and 2 rebounds to end off the first half stats here for the Atlanta Hawks. Now over to the Boston Celtics side, as Jaylen Brown is absolutely carrying the Boston Celtics right now with 23 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist. Malcolm Brogdon off the bench following it up with 12 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. Jason Tatum following it up with 8 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists, as well as a block. Marcus Smart following it up with 8 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist. Derek White following it up with 5 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. Robert Williams off the bench following it up with 4 points and 2 rebounds, as well as an assist. And then Al Horford rounding it off. Actually, no, we got one more after that, as Al Horford, at the end of the first half, putting up 3 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, as well as a steal and 4 blocks. Again, Al Horford, where was that defense in Philly? You can only do it when not on the Sixers, can't you? And then rounding it off for the Boston Celtics is Sam Hauser, finishing with 3 points straight up to end off the first half stats for the Boston Celtics. Now to the team stats right now, as the Boston Celtics at the end of the first half shot the ball 55.1% from the field to the Atlanta Hawks 44%. The Atlanta Hawks are shooting the ball 42.9% from three-point range to the Boston Celtics 36.8%. The Atlanta Hawks are a perfect 5 of 5 from the free throw line, while the Celtics are shooting the ball 71.4%, shooting 5 of 7. The Boston Celtics are out-rebounding the Atlanta Hawks at the end of the first half, 22-19. However, the Atlanta Hawks are out-rebounding the Boston Celtics on the offensive side of the ball 5-3. The Boston Celtics have so far out-assisted the Atlanta Hawks at the end of the first half, 15-12. Both teams each with a steal at the end of the first half. The Boston Celtics with more blocks than the Atlanta Hawks, 5-2. The Boston Celtics absolutely dominating the turnover battle right now over the Atlanta Hawks, 6-2. The Boston Celtics also dominating in terms of points in the paint over the Atlanta Hawks, 34-16, and a total of 16 personal fouls called, with 8 fouls called on both the Atlanta Hawks and the Boston Celtics. Ladies and gentlemen, on that note, we're going to go ahead and take the halftime break. But before we do so, what's going on, Bruce Harper? Appreciate you for coming through, my guy. Hit the like button if you have not done so, my guy. Appreciate you for coming through the stream. I'm doing well, Bruce Harper. Hopefully you're doing good as well, my guy. Hopefully everyone's doing well on this Tuesday night. I can't believe it's only Tuesday. I cannot believe it's only Tuesday. It feels like it's way later than that. But on that note, ladies and gents, we're going to go ahead and take the halftime break like we always do. You guys all pretty much know the drill that are all up in here. Go get a snack, go get a drink, go to the bathroom, do whatever you guys need to do. In order to get ready for the second half of this one between the Atlanta Hawks and the Boston Celtics. And ladies and gentlemen, on that note, I will see you all back here for the second half. Alright, guys, I'm back. Ready to go for the second half here. So hopefully the Atlanta Hawks step up, do what they need to do. Hopefully they find a way to win this game. Because, again, we want extensive rest for Joel Embiid. But who knows if it's going to happen. Because, again, the TD Garden's a tough place to play. Tough atmosphere to play in. Is it Good Friday to me? That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. On my job, I also give free food and drink. Yeah, I did see that on Snapchat when we were chatting on there. Yeah, I saw it on the one picture you sent me on Snapchat. Well, let's see what happens, ladies and gents. Guys, shout out to the 7 people up in here. I did not expect this many people to be up in here for a non-Sixers stream. But I appreciate all you guys for coming through and tuning in. Let's see if the Atlanta Hawks can pull off a miracle here and force Game 6. See if they can do it. They got 24 more minutes to make it happen. Not sure if they're going to do it, but if they would do it, it'd be some sort of miracle. It would be some sort of miracle if it were to happen. I don't think it happens. I think we're playing the Celtics on Saturday, to be completely honest with you guys. Like I said, right at the beginning of the stream, I had the Celtics winning from the get-go. And I was playing against them on Saturday, so I expect nothing less. I expect Boston to hold on to this win. But Joe Mazzulla has definitely brought this team to something special. It was either between, in my opinion, it was between either him or the Kings coach for Coach of the Year. Because no one had much faith in Joe Mazzulla, and look where he's brought them. He's brought them to a great point. Where they were supposed to have Ime Udoka as their coach, who is now a part of the Houston Rockets staff. But, Joe Mazzulla's really turned this organization around. So I don't see the Celtics finding a new coach anytime soon. Hawks need to defend the Celtics better in the paint, and the Celtics need to do a better job at defending the three-point shot from Atlanta as the second half is underway. Tatum starting out with a 3 for the Celtics, and it is butter. It is butter already here coming from Jason Tatum. Here we go. Here's Bogdanovich with the ball, getting it over to Trae Young. Trae Young. Got by Jason Tatum. Trae Young going step back 3. No good. And he picked up by Jason Tatum here for the Celtics. He'll take it down the floor. Tatum. Guarded by John Collins. Tatum going to get it over to Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown going to drive, going to kick. Smart. The corner 3. No good. Going to be picked up here by DeAndre Hunter here for the Atlanta Hawks. We'll get it over to Trae Young. Trae Young back over to Hunter. Hunter back out to Trae Young. Trae Young. And get it over to John Collins, who's double teamed. Gets it out there to Trae Young. Trae Young guarded by Tatum. Trae Young waiting for his opportunity. And they're going to call a foul on John Collins. So that'll be number 2 on John Collins here to begin the second half. It will be an offensive foul. Lots of contact here between John Collins and Derek White. Derek White's like, come on, man. It's all over me, dancing with me over here. Come on, refs. You better make that call. As Horford has the ball, Horford's going to get it over to Jason Tatum. Tatum. Guarded by Dewey, that's Capella. Tatum putting it up for 2, and it's too easy. Here we are. It's Trae Young with the ball. Trae Young going to kick it out to DeAndre Hunter. Hunter going to kick it out. Collins, the 3. No good. Going to be picked up by Jaylen Brown here for the Celtics. Jalen Brown will bring it down the other end, shooting the three, no good. Going to be picked up by the Hawks here. Trae Young getting it over to Bogdanovic. Bogdanovic going to spin. Bogdanovic putting it up for two, and it's good. All right, Atlanta, get on a bit of a run here. Let's go. Just 8 points for Bogdan Bogdanovic. He was quiet in the first half. See if he can change that here as Tatum has the ball, kicks it out. Or rather, that was Tatum actually. Kicking it out there to Marcus Smart. Smart guarded by Capella, going to kick it out to Jalen Brown. Taking another three. Off. Going to be rebounded here by the Hawks. Trae Young will bring it down the other end. Taking another deep three. Butter for Trae Young. Huge. Trae Young saying, I have ice in my veins, and I don't even care how many threes I missed. I don't even care how many shots I missed. I have ice in my veins. Here we go. Here's Derek White with the ball. Derek White going to spin. And the foul will be called, and it's going to be on Trae Young, I think. Now stop showing that stupid layup by Jason Tatum. Stop showing that. Doesn't matter because they can't guard Trae Young. They can't guard Trae Young's threes from like almost the logo. As Jalen Brown has the ball, going to kick it out. That was, I do believe, Derek White for three, and it was good for Derek White. Back up to an 11-point lead here for Boston. Here's Trae Young with the ball. Trae Young going to kick it out. To Collins, putting it up for two, no good. Going to be rebounded here by the Celtics. Horford going to kick it out. Derek White, the three, no good. It's going to be rebounded by Horford right into the hands of Bogdan Bogdanovic. Bogdanovic going to get it to Hunter. Hunter, the layup, no good. Horford getting the rebound. Getting it over to Derek White. Derek White taking the three. No good. Going to be rebounded here by Clint Capella. We'll get into the hands of Trae Young. Trae Young bringing it down the floor. Trae Young going to kick it out. Collins, the three. Good for John Collins when they needed it most. Huge for John Collins right there for Atlanta. 13 points for John Collins, 5 of 12 from the field. Here we go. Jalen Brown with the ball. Jalen Brown going to drive. Jalen Brown going to put it up for two, and it's good. Jalen Brown continues to stay red hot here for the Celtics. 25 points for Jalen Brown. 2 of 5 from 3, 11 of 16 from the field. Trae Young getting it over to DeAndre Hunter. Hunter losing the ball, but he will be fouled. This will be against Derek White here for Boston. Celtics might be better than what I thought. We'll get to that in a second there, Sergeant. As Trae Young has the ball in the inbound, gets over to Bogdanovic, who pump fakes on Marcus Smart. Bogdanovic looking, trying to find an option, going step back three, no good. And we picked up here by Al Horford for the Celtics. It's over to Smart, over to Tatum. Going to put it up for two, no good. Going to be rebounded here by Bogdan Bogdanovic. And this will be a foul called on Boston for sure. I only feel it's the weekend if I have a ton of games to watch and calling on Monday to re-cooperate, or maybe that's just my house. Give it a name. I don't know, man. I don't know, to be honest with you. But the inbound pass is in here for the Hawks. Trae Young trying to find something. Trae Young is going to be fouled. It's going to be number 2 called on Jalen Brown. 7:10 left to go here in the third quarter. Trae Young doing the inbound into Bogdanovic. Bogdanovic back out to Trae Young. Trae Young dancing. Trae Young driving, going to put it up for 2 and swatted away by Derek White. What a block there by Derek White on the play. Trae Young lobbing it up and inbounding it to Capella. Capella putting it up for 2. Blocked. It'll be out of bounds. It will stay Atlanta ball, but only 2 seconds left on the shot clock to get it off. and try to get some points up. With 6:58 left to go in the third. So far, it's been in favor of the Celtics in the third quarter. Celtics have put up 10 points. The Hawks have put up 8. Do the Hawks have what it takes for a comeback, or was that the end of the road for them when Boston started taking the lead towards the end of the first quarter? Yeah, guys, the Hawks were off to a solid start, but then they kind of have just been falling apart. The Celtics are definitely starting to defend the 3-point shot better on Atlanta. So, again, like, I had the Celtics winning this game from the get-go. But I was hoping Atlanta could force it to a Game 6 for extensive rest for Joel Embiid. But it's probably not going to happen, as the Hawks are basically kind of like done. They're basically done. I know there's still plenty of time left for them to turn it around, but they're not going to keep up with Boston. Please. They're not going to keep up with Boston. I mean, we'll see if Atlanta can turn this around at all, but I honestly don't think that they can. If Atlanta does manage to turn this around, I will be impressed. The prediction for me is that the Celtics finish the series tonight. Even though I don't want it happening, and I want more rest for Joel Embiid, as well as everyone else, then the Celtics are going to close this out here. Yeah, guys, I mean, this is a solid game right now. It's just that the Hawks need to figure something out here. Down by 10 right now to the Celtics, 76-66. At the start of the game, the Celtics were favored by 13 points, and currently that basically has not changed. It only has gone down to 12.5. Bogdanovich needs to get it in, lobs it into Capella, and that will not be off in time, and it will be a shot clock violation here for the Hawks. Capella just should have took that. Here we go. Here's Jaylen Brown going to spin. Jaylen Brown putting it up for 2. No good. And it'll be rebounded by Jaylen Brown, getting his own offensive rebound, getting it over to Smart, over to Tatum, who's going to drive, going to kick, and that will be taken away by John Collins. Over to Trae Young. Trae Young lobbing up to Collins, and Collins with the jackhammer for 2. John Collins throwing it down here for Atlanta. Atlanta looking for a little bit of life, as Brown's going to get over to Smart, putting it up for 2, and banks off the backboard and in. Here we go. Here's Trae Young with the ball. Trae Young coming inside. Trae Young going to flip it out to Collins for 3 at the top of the key. No good. It'll be Jason Tatum picking up the rebound here for the Celtics. Tatum going to kick it out there to Horford. Over to Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown going to spin. Brown going to go step back 2, and it's butter for Jaylen Brown. Too easy for Boston. But Trae Young going to get it over to Bogdanović. Bogdanović taking the 3. Good for Bogdan Bogdanović. That was a huge 3 when it mattered most. Bogdan Bogdanović is like, let's go. We need to see something here. He's like, let's show this team what we got. Jaylen Brown guarded by Capella. Getting locked up. It will stay Celtics ball with 14 seconds on the shot clock. As Derek White and Malcolm Brogdon will come back in for the Celtics, and Marcus Smart and Al Horford will go ahead and head to the bench. Atlanta really needs to make a couple plays here to stay in this one. As Derek White has the ball, goes to his left. Derek White putting one up for 2 on the shot, and it's too easy. Too easy for Derek White. Here we go. Here's Trae Young with the ball. Trae Young waiting for the moment. Gets over to Capella. Back to Trae Young. Trae Young going to drive. Put it up for 2. No good. Foul will be called on Boston. .451 left to go. Atlanta's still down by 11. 4:51 left in the third. Trae Young inbounds it to Clint Capella. Back over to Trae Young. Trae Young guarded here by Derek White. Going to get it over to DeAndre Hunter. Taking the 3, and it's good off the bank for DeAndre Hunter. Huge. 8-point game, 82-74. 4.5 minutes left here in the third. As Tatum will wait for his opportunity. Will go to his right. Going to kick it out there to Derek White for 3. No good. Clint Capella will pick up the rebound. Get it over to John Collins, over to Trae Young. Trae Young going to dance, going to drive, going to float, going to finger roll it up for 2. And it will stay Hawks ball. Come on, Atlanta, let's go. I want to give a shout out to the 76ers for sweeping the Nets. Facts. I mean, we are getting the rest that we need right now, but is it going to be enough? Is it going to be enough, though, once we get to the beginning of the Boston series? As the email passes in to Jalen Johnson from Trae Young. Back over to Trae Young from Jalen Johnson. Trae Young dancing. Trae Young, step back 3. Might be a 2, but it is good for Trae Young either way. They will consider a long 2 for Trae Young instead of a 3. So it will be a 6-point game here for the Hawks. Trae Young Derek White going to dance with it. Going to get it over to Jason Tatum. Here's the 3 here for the Celtics. No good. It's going to be picked up by Jalen Johnson here for Atlanta. Jalen Johnson is going to kick it out to DeAndre Hunter. Hunter getting it over to Jalen Johnson, over to Trae Young. Trae Young guarded by Robert Williams. Trae Young going to drive. Trae Young going to get blocked by Sam Hauser. Here comes Tatum, and the throwdown is easily good. Back to an 8-point game in the Celtics' favor. Here we go. Everyone's standing up as Trae Young has the ball. Trae Young guarded by Sam Hauser. Trae Young coming around the screen, kicking out to Hunter. Hunter coming inside. Hunter putting it up for 2, and it's good for DeAndre Hunter. Silencing this crowd immediately. Saying, everyone shut up. But here we go with Derek White bringing the ball down the floor. Derek White currently standing at the logo. Derek White going to his right. Derek White on the pass to Tatum, to Williams for 2, and it's too easy. Again, back up to an 8-point game in the Celtics' favor. Atlanta needs to stay in this one. 2:20 left to go in the third. Trae Young going to his right guard by Sam Hauser. Trae Young going back to his left. Trae Young coming inside. Trae Young, the pump fake on the mid-range. Trae Young gets Capella for 2, and it's good for Clint Capella. Or rather, that's on Yeko Okongwu just checked in. Didn't check in that long ago. I didn't realize that he came in for Clint Capella just at that point. Here we go. Here's Derek White with the ball. Derek White going to kick it out to Robert Williams. Williams going to get it over to Jason Tatum. Tatum losing the ball. Still loose to Hauser. Picks it up. Shoots a 2. It is good for Sam Hauser, who has it bounced at least 3 times before it goes into the basket. Here we go. There's Trae Young with the ball. Trae Young trying to find an opening. Trae Young floating it up for 2, and it's good. Hawks are not going anywhere just yet. Trae Young is out here fighting for his life. Here we go. Here's Derek White with the ball. Derek White getting double team, getting it over to Jason Tatum. Tatum taking the 3. That's short. Hauser getting the rebound. Out to Derek White. Derek White, the floater for 2 is good. And they will not call an offensive foul here on the Celtics for a charge, as they'll keep the points with Derek White. But Atlanta needs a bucket again. They need to continue to respond. It's Trae Young kicking out to Saddiq Bey. Tried to draw a foul. Out to Jalen Johnson from Saddiq Bey. Back over to Bey. Bey driving. Putting it up for 2. No good. And that is going to have to be Celtics. Somehow in the world it's going to stay with Atlanta. I thought that was going to be Celtics ball. I thought that was going to be Celtics ball right there. I don't know how that was not Celtics ball. What troubles you against the Celtics? Just how good, the Celtics are, and the history that we've had over the last couple of years in terms of, health with the players. I mean, you have Joel Embiid out here dealing with an LCL sprain. You have James Harden, who needs to be as fully healthy as possible. You have Tobias Harris, who showed up for the first round, but can he continue to do it consistently? So the problem is health, consistency, and coaching. Those are the main 3. And especially against the Celtics team. Again, they have home court advantage. So in order for the Sixers to win this series, their best bet is to win all the home games, and they would have to snag a win in TD Garden. They would have to. They'd have to snag a win in TD Garden and win all the home games. That is their best bet to beat the Celtics in the second round series. We want to break a drought that we have not broke in the last 20 plus years. That's right. It's been 20 plus years since we passed the second round. Not to mention, when we have been the home team, we have kept it a lot closer with Boston than what they have with us at their place. So, not only is it going to give the Sixers a better chance to win all the home games and snag one at TD Garden, it's going to be their best chance. It's got to be their best chance. So thanks, my guy. Awesome. No problem, Sajin. Just giving you my opinion. That's just based on what I've seen in the past. So you're not going to go to college and just work your way up in your job. Yeah. And eventually, when I get monetized on here, I might move on from the job that I'm working at, and I might do this as around when I get monetized. But for now, I'm sticking with the job that I have to try to earn some money. But yeah, guys, shout out to the 5 people still up in here. Appreciate you guys for coming through and continuing to tune in. 40 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. 90-82 is the score in favor of the Boston Celtics. Yeah, that's what I thought. Somehow in the world, for some reason, they literally went ahead and originally gave it to Atlanta, but it was really Boston ball, and I knew that from the get-go. So Atlanta really needs to stop right here. As Brogdon gets over to Jason Tatum, trying to get it over to Sam Hauser, who is able to get it over to Tatum. Tatum, the easy layup. Too easy for Jason Tatum. You cannot leave a man that open. They got 1 quarter to figure this out. They have 1 quarter to figure this out. Here we go. Trae Young waiting for that opportunity. Trae Young staying at the logo. Trae Young. Get it over to Jalen Johnson. Taking the 3. No good. Okongwu trying to fight for the rebound. Cannot get it. Will be picked up by the Celtics. Tatum taking the last shot. No good. And that will take us to the end of the third quarter with the Boston Celtics up by 10 on the Atlanta Hawks, 92-82. It's not looking good for Atlanta, but they have 12 minutes to make an adjustment and to try to snag a win here in Game 5 as we head to the fourth quarter with the Celtics up by 10 points. I'm going to try to do YouTube full time. I believe in you. I appreciate that, Lucas. Yeah, I obviously love doing YouTube because, I mean, it gets my voice out there. And, I have the knowledge for the sports that I like, Obviously, it all started with the football for the Eagles. And then it came to basketball for the Sixers. Then it went to the Phillies. Then I did a little bit of Ohio State college football. Well, it was just play-by-plays for Ohio State, but you understand the point. As far as your knowledge of sports, if you go to college, that's on a sports degree and working for Sports Network, whether major or local. People think I should do that, but I really just like doing what I'm doing, like here, like on YouTube. I just like doing what I'm doing here because, I get to react with, like, an audience that's, like, they're not going to be able to get, like, the actual, like, reactions from. And you can actually have and I know you can actually have a conversation with other people, like, in real life, but getting to have a conversation with people that I've known for, like, a longer amount of time is definitely, like, in my opinion, a huge advantage of doing YouTube. You chat with people that you have known for a long time. For example, Lucas Holman, he's been one of my first subscribers, so he's at least known me for a little over 3 years. So that's just an example. Sajin, you're getting there. You know me on my YouTube channel for at least like 2 weeks, but overall it's been like a couple months. But I appreciate every single one of you guys for coming through to the stream and continuing to support. Every single time you come through and support every piece of the content. Let's see what Atlanta can do here in the fourth. See if they can force Game 6 of this series, which I doubt they can, but we're going to find out. Well, let's see here what happens here. Joe Mazzulla is looking to become the 6th Celtics head coach to advance to the to the Eastern Conference semifinals in his first year coaching, I think is what it said. Okay, I had to ask. Always go with what's in your heart. Can't go wrong there, bro. Exactly. Like stick with what works. Know what your strengths are. Like this is not necessarily in public, but I've been used to this for 3 years. I'm not used to like the green screen stuff and all that. As the fourth quarter begins with a Bogdan Bogdanovic mid-range jumper that is up and in for 2. 13 points for Bogdan Bogdanovic, 4 of 6 from the field. Here we go. Brogdon bringing it down the other end, getting it over to Marcus Smart, getting it over to Sam Hauser, taking the 3. It looks off to me, and it was. And it'll be rebounded here by Jalen Johnson. Atlanta looking to rally. Jalen Johnson bringing it down the floor, getting it over to Bogdanovic, over to Jalen Johnson, and the alley-oop for Onyeka Okongwu is good. And Atlanta already starting this out with a quick one here to begin the fourth quarter. 2 quick buckets here within the first minute. 92-86, they're looking to continue to fight. Here's Marcus Smart spinning. Going to pass it over to Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown to Hauser in the corner for 3. Good. Of course, here we go. Here's where the Celtics start rallying again. Trae Young with the ball, going to get it over to Bogdan Bogdanovic. Bogdanovic guarded by Hauser, going to go to his right. Bogdanovic going to get it over to DeAndre Hunter, taking the 3. Good on the response for DeAndre Hunter. Huge for DeAndre Hunter when it matters most. Here we go. Here's Marcus Smart with the ball. Smart going to drive, going to kick it out to Sam Hauser. Hauser over to Smart. Smart to Jaylen Brown for 2, which is good, and 1 for Jaylen Brown. Looking to make it a 9-point game here. Foul's going to be called on Trae Young. Come on, Trae Young. Like, what are you doing on this play, man? Or rather, that's going to be on DeAndre Hunter. DeAndre Hunter was the one on Jaylen Brown. 29 for Jaylen Brown. With this and 1, he will have 30 points in this game. And here comes Blake Griffin into the game to try to come in and shoot 10 threes. Blake Griffin coming in to shoot 10 threes. Call it right now, ladies and gents. Coming in for Sam Hauser. 3-point play is not completed by Jaylen Brown. I may have jinxed him right there as I was saying everything about Jaylen Brown. As Trae Young has the ball, going to spin, going to shoot for 2. No good. This will be a foul, though, on Boston, and I think it's going to be on Blake Griffin. Hey, Blake Griffin, where are your 10 threes at? Let's bring in Blake Griffin to shoot 10 threes. Here we go. DeAndre Hunter to inbound the pass. Inbounds it to Onyeka Okongwu. Okongwu going to fake it to Saddiq Bey. Bogdanovic the 3 ball. No good. Going to be rebounded by Blake Griffin. Here we go, and they'll bring it down the floor. With Malcolm Brogdon now. Brogdon. And kick it out to Jaylen Brown for 3. Money. Jaylen Brown has been unstoppable. 32 for Jaylen Brown in this one. Trae Young to kick it out. That's DeAndre Hunter for 3. No good. Going to be rebounded by the Celtics. Horford now with the ball. To Brogdon for 2. No good. But it will be a goaltend here on Atlanta. And it'll be a timeout here by the Hawks. Yeah, guys, I just did not expect much of anything here from the Hawks, as now they're starting to get demolished here by the Celtics. They're starting to get demolished here by Boston. So it looks like we will be playing the Celtics on Saturday. Unless if somehow in the world Atlanta can turn this around in this very limited amount of time that they have. But I doubt that they will be able to be completely honest with you guys. I doubt Atlanta is going to turn this around. I highly doubt it. But yeah, guys, it's looking like the Sixers are going to officially face the Celtics in the second round here. Which it looks like it will be on Saturday, so hopefully that's enough rest time for Joel Embiid. I really hope it's enough rest time for Joel. And same thing with James Harden, even though he had a solid first-round series against the Nets. Hope everyone for the Sixers that can just do their job and find a way to make something happen. Sixers really need to find a way to break the drought, and it's honestly got to happen this year. But yeah, guys, I don't even know if Atlanta's coming back from this at this point. But it's really not going to look like it. It's not looking like Atlanta's coming back from this huge deficit that they got going on right now. I mean, maybe Atlanta turns it around a little bit, maybe they don't, but it's more than likely that they're not going to. The preview for Sixers and Celtics second round matchup will likely be out sometime later this week, probably like Thursday maybe. Man, Joe Mazzulla really knows how to get his guys fired up. He knows how to make something happen like that. As Bogdanovich has the ball, this will be an offensive foul called on the Hawks. Yeah. Atlanta's not going to make it happen. They'll be calling this on Onyeka Okongwu. 9:18 left to go here in the fourth. I think the Celtics have this one in the bag. Here goes Marcus Smart with the ball. Going to get it over to Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin guarded by Okongwu. And this will be a charge called on Boston. It's going to be on Marcus Smart. That's going to be number 3 called on Jaylen Brown. Minnesota off to a good start against the Denver Nuggets right now with a 23-12 lead. With like 3.5 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. As Trae Young is going to get it over to Onyeka Okongwu, back over to Trae Young. Trae Young, the layup is good. Better do that like many more times if y'all want a chance. And y'all better be playing your best defense too. As Brogdon has the ball going to his left, Brogdon going to drive. It will be out of bounds, but it will be off the hand of Bogdan Bogdanovich last, so we'll stay Celtics ball. 13 seconds on the shot clock as well with 8:44 left to go in the game. As Blake Griffin's going to get it over here to Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown going to kick it out to Derek White. Derek White going to put it up for 2, and it's good. Atlanta getting their butts kicked. Whoop-de-doo. Trae Young with the ball, going to lay it up for 2, not even close. And it's going to be Derek White with the rebound. Bring it down the floor to Horford. to Blake Griffin for 2. No good. It'll be picked up by Atlanta. Sadiq Bey going to drive. Going to put it up for 2. No good, but the putback for Bogdan Bogdanovic is good on the response. Atlanta looking for a little bit of hope, but it's not looking too promising. The more time that ticks off, that's the less likely chance that Atlanta's winning this game. As Brogdon's taking a 3, it's no good. That's going to be rebounded here by the Hawks. Bogdanovic taking the 3 ball. Good for Bogdan Bogdanovic. It was huge right there for Atlanta. Atlanta needed that badly and desperately. Here we go. There's Jaylen Brown with the ball. Jaylen Brown going to his left. Jaylen Brown going to drive. Jaylen Brown going to spin. Spinning twice. Brown. It'll be a foul call in Atlanta. It'll be on DeAndre Hunter. It'll be number 3 on DeAndre Hunter in this one. Jaylen Brown with 32 points tonight, had 31 last game. Shooting 70% from the field. That's the first one of the line for Jaylen Brown is no good. I think that mask is messing him up. Because I think he shoot a little bit more efficiently if he doesn't have the mask on, but he has to keep his face safe from getting into any more harm. As Malcolm Brogdon will go to the bench here for the Celtics. Yeah, I saw the Phillies just lost to the Seattle Mariners. That's ridiculous. 5-3 loss. Bailey Falter is terrible. 0-4 record this year for Bailey Falter. Second one of the line for Jaylen Brown is no good either. I'm telling you guys, that mask is so messing him up. That mask is so messing up Jaylen Brown, it is not even funny. It is not even funny. That mask is so messing up Jaylen Brown. Thank you, Mariners. Sorry, bro. It's all good. It's all good. I mean, we can't win every game, but overall, we're off to a slow start to begin the season. As Jaylen Brown inbounds it to Derek White. Derek White. Guarded by DeAndre Hunter. Going to get it over to Jaylen Brown. And it'll be a kick ball here on Atlanta. Jaylen Brown inbounding it here to Robert Williams over to Jason Tatum. Tatum going to dance, going to put it up for 2, and it's good for Jason Tatum. Jeez. Phillies ticket prices might go down. Good. Make him cheaper, please. John Collins putting up the 2 from the free throw line. How do you miss that, John Collins? You suck. You're buns. Doesn't matter. Atlanta doesn't even deserve to be past the first round. Derek White taking the 3 ball. No good. And it'll be rebounded here by Atlanta. It'll be a foul called, though, on the Celtics. This will be number 2 on Blake Griffin. Prime Blake Griffin, though, I will say, was absolutely insane. Blake Griffin was absolutely insane in his prime. But now he's really started to regress. I've been biased to you guys in the NBA Finals. Well, I definitely do not have the Sixers. And if they beat the Celtics, they definitely have a big chance. As Trae Young shoots a 3 and it's off, going to be rebounded by Jason Tatum. Let me get back to you on that side. Here we go. Here's Jason Tatum with the ball. Tatum. Going to get it over to Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown, the 3, butter. Straight butter. Straight money. Jaylen Brown is unstoppable. I just don't get why he can barely shoot the free throws, but he can shoot everything else. Bogdanovic with the ball. Let me kick it out. Collins in the corner for 3. Good. Just hang on, Sergeant. We'll get on that question. Here's Jason Tatum with the ball. Tatum Guarded by Trae Young. Tatum still dancing. Tatum getting double teamed, getting it out there to Derek White. Derek White float up for 2, and it's good for Derek White. Too easy. Put in the reserves, boys. Here's Onyeka Okongwu putting it up for 2, and it's good. 10-point game again. 5:10 left to go in this one. Here we go. Jason Tatum with the ball. Tatum dancing, taking the 3 at the top of the key. No good. Going to be rebounded by Trae Young. Trae Young guarded by Jason Tatum. Going to get it over to John Collins, over to Bogdan Bogdanovic, over to Collins for 2, and it's good. And timeout called by Boston. All right, Sergeant, let's get to your question here. So without being biased, who you got in the NBA Finals? This could be a hot take right here, all right? So coming out of the West. Actually, no, let me go through the East first. It's coming out of the East. Coming out of the East, I honestly have the Celtics making it out. And then for the West, this is going to shock you guys. I have the Sacramento Kings going to the NBA Finals. The way they're playing right now is absolutely insane. You have not seen this team play probably since like the Oscar Robertson days, the Chris Webber days. You have not seen them play basketball like this since like players like that. You have not seen them play in a way they're playing right now. If they somehow manage to beat the Warriors somehow in the world, I'm telling y'all, if the Kings somehow win the NBA Finals, I don't want nothing against me. I don't want nothing against me. I'm telling you, watch the Kings make it out of the West. Watch the Sacramento Kings make it out of the West. Said imagine if the Nuggets sell a 3-0 lead. They're down 29-17 right now. Well, I saw it was like 29-19 the last time I looked. Does Derek White have all-star potential? If he continues to improve his game and continues to get better from what he did on, I do believe it was the Rockets to the Celtics. If he does what it takes, I think there's a chance, but he would be off the bench, though. He would never be a starter like Steph Curry, Devin Booker, or any of those guys. Luke says, no way the Kings go to the finals. If the Kings somehow make it there, if they make it there, I'm not saying they're going to win the whole thing, but if somehow in the world they make it there, don't talk to me. If somehow in the world they make it there, don't talk to me. I know they have a tough test in the Warriors right now. Don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, this is the NBA playoffs. Anything can happen. I know they're going through basically a fully healthy Warriors squad, but anything can happen in the postseason. Because, I mean, look at what Miami's doing, even though the Bucks don't have Giannis. Even though the Bucks don't have Giannis, Miami is taking it to Milwaukee. Miami is taking it to them. Miami is taking it to Milwaukee. I know it's without Giannis, but dude, you have role players that can step up in a big-time given role. You have Chris Middleton. You have Brook Lopez, who decides to start being LeBron James. I forget who else I have on the team. They have Joe Ingles. Anyway, you have players that can step up. So you should be able to win close games against Miami. Fox or Kyrie. If we're talking this season, I'm taking De'Aaron Fox. If we're talking all time, I'm taking Kyrie Irving. Thanks, bro. Much love to you. Appreciate you for coming through, Sajin, if you're on the way out. As Robert Williams has the ball here, guarded by Okongwu, going to get it over to Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown dancing. Jaylen Brown pump faking. Jaylen Brown going to spin and fade on this one short. It's going to be picked up here by Bogdan Bogdanovic, and the foul's going to be called on Robert Williams. Hawks down by 8 right now, 111 to 103, 4:08 left to go. That was a slide tackle by Robert Williams like he was playing soccer. I don't think my Suns are going for, so I'm riding with Miami. I mean, they have a chance. I mean, with KD and Chris Paul and Devin Booker, but we'll see how far they make it. As Bogdanovic is going to kick it out to John Collins. John Collins going to back in to Jaylen Brown, put it up for 2, and it's good. They're trying to say we're not going anywhere. 22 for John Collins in this game. Here we go. Here's Derek White with the ball. Derek White going to get it over to Jason Tatum. Tatum has that deflected. And it'll be a trip here by Jason Tatum. And it will be him. It will be Jason Tatum being called for the foul. And I do believe this is 2 free throws, if not an inbound pass here for DeAndre Hunter. John Collins or Tobias Harris. I'm going to take Tobias on that all day. You know, he's really stepped up in the postseason as a big-time role player. He has really showed up in the postseason this year. If we're talking about this year, I'm taking Tobias Harris. If we're talking all-time, I'm taking Tobias Harris. This season, though, I'm still going to go with Tobias. Tobias has really showed up based on that first round of the postseason. But again, it's against the Brooklyn Nets, though. I mean, it's like an unfair matchup. They don't have anyone to guard Tobias Harris. I just hope that other players can step up. I think next series, I think it's going to be Tobias Harris as the breakout player. Here we go. Inbound passes in from Trae Young to Bogdanovic. Back over to Trae Young. Trae Young, 3:20 left to go. Trae Young taking the 3. Good for Trae Young, and it is not over yet. 3:15 left to go. 111-108. Celtics with the lead. Barely hanging on. Marcus Smart with the ball. Here comes the fans rising to the occasion. Pass is deflected into the hands of Trae Young. Hawks will have the ball. Under 3 minutes left. Trae Young with it. To DeAndre Hunter. Back to Trae Young. Trae Young guarded by Marcus Smart. Trae Young going to his right. Young, the 3 to tie. Good for Trae Young. What in the world is going on? Trae Young says we are not done yet. We're not going out like that. Here we go. Marcus Smart with the ball, guarded by Trae Young. Marcus Smart going to his right, spinning. Smart driving, kicking it out. Horford, the 3. No good. Williams with the rebound, putting it up for 2. Good and 1. But you've seen what Trae Young will do based on the last couple shots taken by Trae Young. Even if Robert Williams does make the in-one opportunity to complete the 3-point play, you have seen what players like Trae Young and Bogdan Bogdanovic can do in this game. You've seen it displayed, and you've seen what they can do. Even you can put John Collins in that conversation when he's on. Trae Young and Luka Doncic. Bro, I'm taking Luka Doncic all day. Free throw is no good for Robert Williams, so it's a 2-point game. No need for the 3 right now. Just get the points. Here we go. Here's Trae Young with the ball. Trae Young dancing, taking the 3, high arcing, short. Going to be into the hands of Jason Tatum. Why would you take the 3, Trae Young? Under 2 minutes left. They cannot allow the score. As Marcus Smart going to get it over to Jason Tatum, and it is going to be a charge on Boston. It's going to be on Marcus Smart. So the Atlanta Hawks will get another opportunity. Yeah, Marcus Smart made too much contact right there with DeAndre Hunter. Easily. Here we go. Don't need to go for the win, just tie it. As Trae Young has the ball. Trae Young dancing, going to drive. Trae Young is going to be fouled. And they're going to call a technical foul on Marcus Smart in addition to the shooting foul on Trae Young. Well, In addition to Trae Young being fouled, they are calling a technical on Marcus Smart. Wait, did they call him? Did they give Tatum and Smart a tech? As the technical free throw is good for Trae Young. Like, oh my goodness, dude. they going on Jason Tatum for batting the ball out of bounds, dude. That is, oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, dude. Trae Young has only taken one free throw in this one. I mean, Luka Doncic is not the best defender. First regular free throw for Trae Young is good. So they actually called the technical foul on Jason Tatum for batting the ball out of bounds. So the technical free throw was good for Trae Young in addition to the first free throw that he had from the shooting foul. But, I mean, Luka's defense is not great, but overall, I'm taking Luka Doncic. And Atlanta now with the lead by 1 point with 1:39 to go. Can they hold on? Is the question, and snag it game 5. As Jaylen Brown has the ball. Brown. And he get it over to Derek White. Derek White back to Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown putting it up for 2. No good. It'll be rebounded here by Atlanta. Minute 20 left, and Atlanta up by 1. Looking to put the icing on the cake. Can they do it with hot ice Trae Young? Young. Around the screen. Taking the high-arcing triple. Too strong. Going to be rebounded by Al Horford, who will get it to Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown going to take his time, get it over to Horford. Horford to Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown going to drive, put it up for 2, no good. Williams trying to put it back, no. It's denied both times. Here we go. Under 45 seconds left. Trae Young, guarded by Derek White, standing at the logos, Trae Young. Trae Young looking to put the icing on the cake. Young, dancing, going to drive, lay it up. And it'll be stuck in the rim. We got a rim sticker. We got a rim sticker here for Trae Young. So I'm not sure what they're going to call this here. Whose ball it's going to be. So they're just going to call it a jump ball with it getting stuck at the rim. Luka will ask to be traded. The question is where? What team can hold his cap space? The jump ball will be won by the Celtics. And Tatum is able to get it over to Williams. 25.6 seconds left. And the Celtics are saying, you think the comeback is on Atlanta? Well, we're denying that. I don't know why they would allow that to get so open. But Trae Young losing the ball. But a foul's going to be called on Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart being called for the foul. 15.8 seconds left. This is insane. This is a great playoff game right here. Are the Celtics going to seal it, or does Atlanta have something left in the tank to take game 5? Trae Young pretty much needs both of these, needs at least one to tie. First one on the line for Trae Young is good. Trae Young's going to obviously probably make both of these here, forcing Boston to get one shot off and probably have the only shot left to try and make something happen. Second one of the line is also good for Trae Young. Boston's going to let it run. I can't even tell if they have a timeout left. They might not. So they have to think of something right here. Tatum is going to be fouled. Why are you fouling him, John Collins? Again, I'm kind of wanting Atlanta to win so we have more rest for Joel Embiid. Because if Atlanta can extend this series... Oh, never mind. It's on DeAndre Hunter. Never mind. I think they have a foul to give. I think that was their foul to give, though. There'll be a timeout, though, called by Boston to talk strategy here on the final play. Potentially to win this series. Bro, I'm never underestimating Jimmy Butler. Any day of the week, I am not underestimating Jimmy Butler. Especially the playoff version of them. I'm not underestimating Jimmy Butler. But yeah, guys, basically comes down to this play right here. This play right here pretty much decides the game. Appreciate you being able to keep grinding. Appreciate you for coming through, Sajin, if you're heading your way out. Appreciate you for coming through, though, Sajin. Sadiq Bey really showed up for the bench, but the starting lineup for Atlanta minus Clint Capella really were the factors in this one. Here we go. Last play. Last play right here. One play to try and advance to the second round are the Boston Celtics. As they'll wipe down the floor. Why couldn't you have done that during the commercial break, you dummies? Come on now. 35 for Jaylen Brown. This is insane. Not to mention they had Robert Williams and Malcolm Brogdon, who both had a nice performance off the bench. Here we go. Inbound pass is in. Derek White. It's going to be a blocking foul called on Atlanta. And Trae Young thought that would have potentially been the game. Did Trae Young have his position set? It will be a blocking foul on Trae Young. 6.5 seconds to go. The best Boston can do is take that 1-point lead. Something that Jaylen Brown was not able to do in terms of making free throws. Will Derek White be able to change the script? More commercial breaks coming your guys' way, and then we're going to find out who wins this game. Holy cow, ladies and gents. Holy cow, this is a great game. Oh my gosh. This game is unbelievable, dudes. I don't even know how it got to being like this, but dude, this is a phenomenal game we're watching. This is a phenomenal game we're watching. Appreciate the 6 people still tuning in. It's a good thing you guys are still tuning into this game because this game is so fun right now. Oh. I mean, how are the Celtics as of right now down to the Atlanta Hawks in this given situation? The Celtics may blow a 10-point lead going into the fourth quarter. I mean, what was the Celtics' biggest lead, actually? Hold up. Wait. What was the Celtics' biggest lead that they had in this game? They had the largest lead of 13. So imagine if they blow like a 13-point lead. But something that Jaylen Brown couldn't do in making free throws goes on to the pressure of Derek White to potentially give Boston the lead. Again, it's something that Atlanta could not do. Celtics looking to make it to the second round that will basically occur on Saturday if they were to get the win here in this one. First one on the line for Derek White is good. Atlanta will need a desperation shot, though. You know how Trae Young has been. But Atlanta's going to call a timeout. They're going to easily bring Trae Young back in. And they're probably going to put the ball in his hands for the final shot. Second one on the line for Derek White is good as well, and that's going to be a timeout by Quinn Snyder. 7.3 seconds left. This is it right here. This is it. Woo. This is it, ladies and gents. Michael Kilberty, what's going on, my guy? Appreciate you for coming through. Man said Trae at the buzzer calling it. We'll see. I mean, Trae Young's been red hot. I mean, even though he's 4 of 12 from 3, he's been really nice tonight, and he's really been a really good factor for Atlanta with 35 points, a double-double in this game with 35 points and 13 assists. But he's been doing a really nice job tonight. But appreciate you for coming through, Michael. Hit the like button if you have not done so, my guy, and subscribe to the channel since I do not recognize your account if you want consistent coverage, not just of the Philly sports content between the Eagles and the Sixers, a little bit of the Phillies here and there, and sometimes Ohio State, but sometimes I do some of the NBA games too. So if you want to continue to see some of these games, consider subscribing to the channel because I do end up doing some of these other playoff games sometimes. Here we go. 7.3 seconds left right here. This is the game. This is the game right here. This is basically game. Will the Celtics advance to the second round on a last-second stop, or will Atlanta have the opportunity to force Game 6? In which Game 6 would be in Atlanta as well. And that would occur on Thursday. Here we go. 1 point lead for Boston. Sadiq Bey to do the inbound. Bey inbounds it to Trae Young. Here we go. This is it right here. Trae Young, deep three. Good for Trae Young! What in the world is going on? Trae Young is like, I'm him. I got ice in my veins, baby. Dude, Trae Young is a grown man, dude. Timeout Boston. Again. Oh my goodness, bro. Yo. What is going on? What is going on? After Trae Young had a slow start shooting from three, he comes up clutch, 5 of 13 for Trae Young. But, dude, what in the world is going on? What is happening right now, ladies and gents? This is insane. This is insane. Holy cow. Celtics with one shot. One shot to try to either force overtime or move on to the second round. Oh, dude. Trae Young, thank you. 33 shot attempts for Trae Young. That is insane. 13 of those have come from three-point range. Unbelievable how Trae Young does it. He says, I'm him. I have ice in my veins, baby. I'm him. Oh, Trae Young. Oh, my gosh. All right, this is it. This is the game right here. And it will be knocked away, but it will stay with Boston. 0.5 of a second left. So this is the game right here. Horford had a chance too. He was pretty close to the basket. They're bringing Robert Williams in for some height. They need some height right here. But they're bringing Robert Williams in for this situation. But Capella's going to come in to try to make a point on defense as well. But Boston has one chance, people. One chance to try. One play. Here we go. They inbounded. Tatum has to release it, and it's airballed, and Atlanta is going to snag Game 5. Unbelievable. Trae Young, absolutely phenomenal. After the slow start from three, he really picked it up. And honest to God, I gotta blame it on Jaylen Brown. Even though he had a nice game of 35 points and all, dude, 1 of 5 from the free throw line, no matter mask or not, how talented you are, that's got to be unacceptable. That's got to be unacceptable right there. If Jaylen Brown hits at least 3 of those 4 free throws that he missed, the Celtics win this game. And now Embiid has definitely got to be so happy, dude. Embiid has got to be so happy. I'll bet he was watching this game from home. I'll bet he was watching this game, and he's got to be so happy with the injury that he has going on. But it will be a 3-2 Celtics lead. Atlanta able to grab a win here in the TD Garden. Holy cow, ladies and gents. Holy cow. but they're able to extend the series to Game 6 in Atlanta. Whew! Wow, Trae Young, dude. Holy cow. 119, 117. Celtics blow a huge 13-point lead. Like, oh my goodness. Celtics will go to Atlanta for Game 6. How is this even forced to 6 games, ladies and gents? I do not even know how this is being forced to 6 games. The Celtics should have had this too. They should have had this. This should have been all Boston. This should have been all Boston too. I don't know how Boston did not get this win. But somehow in the world, Trae Young is able to finish off Game 5 with a bang. And the Celtics blow a 13-point lead at most. As Lucas Holmes says, Trae Young over Luka. I will give clutch to Trae Young. And defense will give the Trae Young too, but I think every other aspect goes to Luka. As if the Celtics blow the series. If they blow this series, I'm going to laugh. I am going to laugh if the Celtics blow this series. I'm going to laugh so hard. Ladies and gents, on that note, we are going to go over the final stats here, and then we are going to get out of here. And what was a great game, but it is the Atlanta Hawks coming out on top. And you bet Embiid is so happy that the Atlanta Hawks were able to get this win over the Celtics. But starting it off on the Atlanta Hawks side, Trae Young was able to lead the way for the Atlanta Hawks with 38 points, 4 rebounds, 13 assists, and 2 steals. So Trae Young did have a double-double in this one. John Collins following it up with 22 points, 2 rebounds, an assist, and a steal. Bogdan Bogdanovic following it up in the starting lineup, finishing with 18 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, a steal, and 2 blocks. DeAndre Hunter following it up with 13 points and 4 rebounds. Saddiq Bey following it up with 12 points, 4 rebounds off the bench. Onyeka Okongwu off the bench, finishing with 9 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal. Clint Capella in the starting lineup, finishing with 4 points, 7 rebounds, and an assist, as well as a block. And then, oh my gosh, why am I forgetting his name? Thank you, Jalen Johnson. Then Jalen Johnson rounding it off for the Atlanta Hawks, finishing with 3 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists to end off the final stats for the Atlanta Hawks. Now over to the Boston Celtics side. Jaylen Brown ends up leading the way for the Boston Celtics in this one, finishing with 35 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. Jason Tatum following it up with 19 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, and a block. Derek White following it up with 18 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 blocks. Malcolm Brogdon off the bench finishing with 14 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. Robert Williams finishing with 10 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists off the bench. Marcus Smart finishing with 10 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists in the starting lineup. Sam Hauser finishing with 8 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and a block off the bench. And then Al Horford rounding off the stats, finishing with 3 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, a steal, and 5 blocks to end off the final stats for the Boston Celtics. Now over to the team stats now as the Boston Celtics finishing the ball 52.7% from the field to the Atlanta Hawks 46.9%. The Atlanta Hawks finishing the ball 46.3% from three-point range to the Boston Celtics 30.8%. The Atlanta Hawks shoot a perfect 10 of 10 from the free throw line, making it 100%. While the Boston Celtics shot the ball 53.8% from the free throw line, shooting 7 of 13. The Boston Celtics were able to out-rebound the Atlanta Hawks in this one, 43-34. And same on the offensive side of the ball, 9-6. The Boston Celtics out-assisted the Atlanta Hawks in this one, 31-26. The Atlanta Hawks with more steals than the Boston Celtics, 5-1. The Boston Celtics had more blocks than the Boston Celtics, 9-4. Or rather, the Celtics had more blocks than the Hawks, 9-4 is what I should say. Not duplicating it. Both teams only with just 9 turnovers at the end of this game. So they tied in turnovers. The Celtics had more points in the paint than the Atlanta Hawks, 60-38. And a total of 36 personal fouls called, 20 on the Boston Celtics and 16 called on the Atlanta Hawks. Ladies and gentlemen, on that note, that is how the final stats come to an end. Hawks surprisingly win Game 5, which is honestly very shocking. But Trae Young was so clutch towards the end of this game in order to make it happen. So Michael Kiliberti, if you're still in here, my guy, you were definitely right in terms of Trae Young at the buzzer, as the Celtics were not able to finish this one off. Michael Kiliberti, if you're still in here, my guy, hit the like button if you have not done so on the stream, and subscribe to the channel. Since you are new and I do not recognize your account, if you want consistent content almost every single day, consider subscribing to the channel, as I do not just do content for the Philly sports teams, mainly the Eagles, Sixers, a little bit of Phillies, and a little bit of Ohio State too for college football. But if you want to see other NBA games be commentated by myself, then consider subscribing to the channel and you'll be tuning in every single time. But ladies and gents, on that note, that is pretty much going to do it for me. Be sure to like and subscribe if you guys have not done so, ladies and gentlemen. And I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Peace, everybody. Have a good night, y'all. God bless and peace.